Right. Hello, my dear children. Then you're joining with the fourth day of Halal. And the week class with Halal. Then I think you are doing well. Then I'm only Then let's take out your books and get ready today. First of all, we're going to talk about the civic education part, right? The last day we talked up to the uh, basic features of rights, right? And after that, we talk about the civil rights and political rights. Then we talk about the duties bounded with these rights, okay? Then today we are going to talk about the rest part, importance of enjoying rights within a legal framework. Okay, නීතිමය රාමුවක් තුළ ඉවස්කම් භුක්ති විඳීමේ වැදගත්කම, right? The rights. Okay, ඕනම ජන සමාජයක් යුතුයකම් ඉටු කරමින් අයිතිවාසිකම් භුක්ති විඳීමට අවධානය යොමු කරන්න ඕනේ. When everyone enjoys rights in an excellent manner, a good society emerges. Okay, යහපත් ජන සමාජයක් ඇති වෙන්නේ if the people, if the citizens in that society tend towards fulfilling their duties, right? When they are enjoying the rights, then ensuring personal rights and freedom of every person, ensuring personal rights and freedom of every person, fulfilling the needs of people, and developing interpersonal relations will possibly build up good lifestyle, and emergence of a civilized society will be the final outcome of it. Let's look at the sentence again. Then we'll here. Ensuring personal rights. පුද්ගල අයිතිවාසිකම් තහවුරු කිරීමට. Right? Ensuring personal rights and freedom. නිදහස් තහවුරු කිරීමට of every person. Fulfilling the needs of people. ජනතාවගේ අවශ්‍යතා ඉදිරීමට and developing the interpersonal relationship පුද්ගලයන් අතර සම්බන්ධතා වර්ධනයට will possibly build up good lifestyle. ඉතින් මේ දේවල් වැදගත් වෙනවා මොකටද? They are very important for building up a good lifestyle. යහපත් ජීවිතයක් ඇති කරගන්න. And emergence of a civilized society. ශිෂ්ට සම්පන්න සමාජයක් ඇති වෙනටත් ඒක බලපානවා. And it will be the final outcome of it. මෙන්න මේ duties bounded වෙච්ච පුදා environment එකක් තුලින් අන්න ඒ වගේ ප්‍රතිඵලයක් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Then qualities to be improved to live as a good citizen society. පුතේ සමාජයේ යහපත් පුද්ගලයෙක් වශයෙන් පුරසිකුචින් ජීවත් වෙන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන මේ ගුණාංග ටිකක් තියෙනවා. So you should have to cultivate these kinds of qualities within you. ඔයා තුළ මේ වගේ ගුණාංග ඇති කරගන්න ඕනේ. Thereby you can spend a better life in society, right? ඒකට සමාජයට හොඳ විදියක් ගත කරන්න පුළුවන්. Then man is a great treasure. මිනිසාට උතුම් වස්තුවක්. For a man to be a great treasure, නිකම්ම මිනිසා උතුම් වස්තුවක් බවට පත් වෙන්න, there should be perfect human qualities in him. ඔහු තුළ හොඳ ගුණාංග තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Clear? Then man should love his fellow men in society while extending the same affection to animals and environment. පුතේ man should love his fellow men in the society. සමාජයේ ඉන්න මේ තමාගේ මේ අනුගාමිකයන් තමාගේ මේ තමත් එක්ක ඉන්න මේ මිනිස්සුන්ට මිනිසෙක් වුණාම ආදරෙන් සලකන්න ඕනේ. And give affection to them. සෙනෙහස ලබා දෙන්න ඕනේ. Not only for the human beings but also for the nature and the animals who are living in that nature, right? So වදාමටත් ඒ වගේම ආදරය සෙනෙහස ලබා දෙන්න ඕනේ. And for the animals also. සතුන්ටත් එහෙමයි නේද? Right? Okay. Then it will create a good human society. අන්න එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? යහපත් සමාජයක් ඇති වෙනවා. Some of the great human qualities man should develop as follows. පුතේ look at here බලන්නකෝ. As a citizen, පුරවැසියෙක් විදිහට you have to cultivate these kinds of great qualities within you. ඔයා තුළ මෙන්න මේ වගේ උතුම් ගුණාංග ඇති කරගන්නට ඕනේ. Clear? Alright. Then hi, you have given a list here and list workම දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔයාගේ යුතුකම් ටික ඉටු කරන්න ඕනේ while you are enjoying the rights, okay? Abide by the law. නීතිගරුක වෙන්න ඕනේ. Simple life. You have to get actually you can get addicted or you can get adapted to a simple life today. සරල දිවියකට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් අනුගත වෙන්නට tolerance of others views අන්නයිගේ මතවාද දරා ගන්නත් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Loving others අන්නට ආදරය සලකන්න ඕන. ආදරය දෙන්න ඕන සලකන්න ඕන. Compassion and kindness පුතේ. අපි කියනවා දයාව කරුණාවන්ත බව ලබා දෙන්න ඕනේ. We have to cultivate them අත්භවය තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Being honest අපි අවංක වෙන්න ඕනේ. Spiritual that means පුතේ ආධ්‍යාත්මික බව. That means cultivating good morals within you. එයාගේ තුළ හොඳ සාර්ථක නැති කර ගැනීම, developing good values within you, right? Such things are belong to spirituality. Selflessness, selfish කියන්නේ ආත්මාර්ථය. Selfless කියන්නේ මොකද? පරාර්ථය නේද? පරාර්ථය. Then altruism, similar word, right? Altruism. පරාර්ථකාමී බව. Think about others, right? Then using pleasant words, මිහිරි වචන භාවිතා කිරීම. Right? Being disciplined. That means විනයගත වෙන්න ඕනේ. You have to abide by the law, right? Then you have to have self-discipline also. So respecting rights, okay? You have to respect the rights of others also. අනිත් අයගේ අයිතිවාසිකම් වලට තමයි ගරු කරන්න වෙනවා. Respecting rights, okay? So these are some great human qualities that you should develop. Okay? පුතාලා then take out your writing books and write this one. යගමු. Mention some great human qualities. Mention some great human qualities that we have to develop. Mention some great human qualities that we have to develop. Right. Mention some great human qualities that we have to develop. Right. Let's go to the answers. At least try 8 of them. We have given a lot of things here. At least write 8 of them. Points okay, let's write some great human qualities. At least write 8 of them. Right. I think time is enough on this one. Alright, children. Then after that, we can move towards the rights of professionals, right? වෘත්තිකයන්ගේ අයිතිවාසිකම්. Hey, who are professionals today? How are they professionals again? Who are they? Those who are working in government and private sector, right? Those who are employed in government and private sector may රාජ්‍ය සහ පුද්ගලිකංශයේ සේවය නියුතු මේ පුද්ගලයෝ. Right? Then Article 23 of Universal Charter on Human Rights has given every individual the right to work, right to choose one's occupation freely, right to enjoy reasonable facilities while working, and to ensure job security. Then may මානව අයිතිවාසිකම් පිළිබඳ විශ්ව ප්‍රඥප්තියෙන් ඒකේ වගන්තියක් 23 අපිට හම්බෙනවා. මොකද මෙන්න මේ each and every person, each and every human has given these rights. මෙන්න මේ කියන අයිතිවාසිකම් හැම පුද්ගලකම දීලා දෙනවා. අපිට වඩාද right to work, වැඩ කිරීමේ යම් වැඩක් යම් සේවයක් කිරීමේ අයිතිය දීලා තියෙනවා. Right? Right to choose one's occupation freely. නිදහසේ තමන්ගේ රැකියාව තෝරගන්න තමන්ට අයිතියක් තියෙනවා. Then right to choose one's occupation freely, right to enjoy reasonable facilities while working. වැඩ කරන අතරේ යාට ඒ සරිලන ඒ සාධාරණ ඒ පහසුකම් ලබන්න යාට අයිතිවාසිකමක් තියෙනවා. Right? While working, and to jobs ensure job security. රැකියාවේ සුරක්ෂිතභාවයට අයිතියක් තියෙනවා. ඒක පාට යන්න කියලා යවන්න බෑ. හරි? You can't left from the suddenly you can't left from the job, right? Then so you have the right to have job security also. Then next one, accordingly to the several rules and regulations have been introduced to safeguard the rights of servants in public as well as in private sector. නමුත් රාජ්‍යංශයේ පුද්ගලිකංශයේ මේ කියන සේවකයන්ගේ අයිතිවාසිකම්, හරි? සේවකයන්ගේ මේ රැකියාවේ අයිතිවාසිකම් වගේම to safeguard the rights of the job and also to ensure the job security. Governments has imposed different provisions, right? විවිධ දේවල් ලබා දෙන රජයන් විසින්. බලන්න. Number 1, safeguarding the rights of people through the constitution. ආණ්ඩුක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාව ඔස්සේ සේවක අයිතිවාසිකම් ආරක්ෂා වෙනවා. Number 2, several provisions such as labor laws. පුතේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ දේවලුත් හඳුන්වලා දීලා තියෙනවා මේ කම්කරු නීති, right? Employees Provident Fund, අපි EPF කියලා කියන්නේ සේවක අර්ථසාධක අරමුදල. EPF, Employees Provident Fund. දැන් girl කෙනෙක් නම් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එතන marriage එකට කලින් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒක. boy කෙනෙක් නම් ගන්න අවුරුදු 55 නම් ගන්න බෑ. පිරිමි කෙනෙක් නම්. Widows and open pension. බැඳපුණතරු විශ්‍රාම සැලසුම්. Insurance schemes, රක්ෂණ සැලසුම්. Human rights commission. මානව හිමිකම් කොමිෂන් සභාව. Establishment code, ආයතන සංග්‍රහ have been introduced to safeguard the rights of professionals to pay. මෙන්න මේ සේවකයන්ගේ අයිතිවාසිකම් තහවුරු කරන්නට මේ කියන දේවල් impose කරලා තියෙනවා. They have been introduced such things to ensure the rights of each and every professional, right? The next one, accordingly, any person who faces an injustice in the place where he or she is employed of these rules and regulations will safeguard them. තමා සේවක ස්ථානයේ යම තමාට අගඩයුත්තක් තමාට අසාධාරණයක් වෙනවා නම් මේ කියන පුතේ ප්‍රොවිෂන්ස් වලින් මේ නීති වලින් යාව ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. Clear? Okay, right. then පුතාලා you write this one කියලා ගන්න ඕනේ. Okay. Write like this පුතේ අපේ මේ ලියලා ඔහෙනම් several rules and regulations that have been introduced to safeguard the rights of servants in public as well as in private sector. Okay. Then write these 3 points, please. Make another clear. Several rules and regulations that have been introduced to safeguard the rights of servants in public as well as in private sector. Okay. රාජ්‍ය පුද්ගලිකංශයේ මෙන්න මේ සේවකයෝ ආරක්ෂා කරන්නට එයාගේ සේවකයන්ගේ ආරක්ෂා කරන්නට අයිතිවාසිකම් මේ රජයන් ගත්ත ක්‍රියාමාර්ග. Okay. These steps have been taken to safeguard the rights of them. Okay. Let's write them, please. The first 2 points are compulsory. Number 1, 2 now compulsory. අනිවාර්යයෙන් ලියා ගන්න. Right. The first 2 points are compulsory පුතේ. අනිවාර්යෙන් ලියා ගන්න මේ දෙක. Okay, then I think time is enough for this one. මෙතන වෙලා ඇති කියලා. Right. Next part today. Disadvantages of not practicing employees laws correctly. Okay, හරියට මෙන්න මේ සේවක අයිතිවාසිකම් ඒවා හරියට ඒ laws ටික ඒ නීති රීති ටික ආරක්ෂා කරේ නැත්නම් හරියට පිළිපැද්දේ නැත්නම් what will happen to the professionals? මොකද මේ වෘත්තිකයන්ට මොකද වෙන්නේ? What will happen to the employees? Employees has to face these types of situations. පුතේ මෙන්න මේ සේවකයන්ට මෙවන් තත්ත්වයන් අත් වෙනවා. Exploitation of labor, ශ්‍රමය සූරා කරනවා by the employers. තමාගේ හාමුදුරුවෝ නේද සේවකයන් ආදර ප්‍රදානය. කෙනා අඩු පරිදි ගොඩක් වැඩ ගන්නවා. The dissatisfaction of employees. සේවක වැඩ කරන්නේ සතුටින් ඉන්න මේ අසතුටින් වැඩ කරන්නේ. තෘප්තියක් නැහැ. Not getting a reasonable salary. හරි වැඩේ මොකුත් නැහැ. Loss of job security. කොයි වෙලේ එනක දායින් දන්නේ නැහැ. රැකියාවේ සුරක්ෂිතභාවය අඩු වෙනවා. Being helpless after retirement. මේ PF එක නැතුනොත් එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? යාලා හරියට ඒ දීමනා ටික arrange කරේ නැත්නම් යාලා they will helpless after retirement. විශ්‍රාම කියන පස්සේ අසට වෙනවා ඒ මිනිස්සු. Injustice caused to workers due to employees. මේ අපි කියන සේවක ප්‍රධානීන් නිසා මෙන්න මේ සේවකයන්ට අසාධාරණකම් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Being subject to the influence of employers. ප්‍රධානීන්ගේ තර්ජනයන්ට ඒවට ලක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Accidents and diseases caused by insecurity. But you know that. Think about the factories. Think about industries. The owners have to give the proper protection and the necessary equipment for their protection as well as to do their works easily, right? If a hospital දෙන්න ඕනේ යාලට. And without giving them, actually, it's a wrong. Actually, it's wrong. Actually, the employees are declining that right. Okay. Each and every professional of the employees should given the necessary equipments for their protection, right? Then accidents and diseases caused by insecurity. Then think about some factories like things like this. Okay. Then asbestos. The industry is based on asbestos and silica. There are two diseases called silicosis and asbestosis. Then, if the employees didn't wear a mask, right? They will be subject to those diseases, right? They have to wear the necessary shoes and other wearings. Okay, then no one Then the disadvantages of not practicing employees laws, correct, right? The සේවක නීති රීති හරි පිළිබඳ නැත්නම් සිදුවන අවාසි, right? Let's try this one. Okay, we are going to Prisama right now. Disadvantages of not practicing employees laws correctly. At least, right? 4 of them. Okay, let's try some of them. Keep a couple yagamu. At least try 4 of them. Right. Next one. Preventing exploitation of child labor. That means මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? ළමා ශ්‍රමයේ සූරා කෑම වැළැක්වීම, right? Preventing exploitation of child labor. It is important for you or වැදගත් දෙයක් ඒක. Hey, according to the Shop and Office Employees Act made against exploitation of child labor, children below the age of 14 cannot be employed. එතන අපතේ වසර 14ට අඩු දරුවන් සේවය යොදවන්න බෑ මෙන්න මේ පනත අනුව. Then if such children are employed, it can be prevented by informing the Commission of Labour. එතන අපතේ අපි කියනවා මෙන්න මේ කම්කරු කොමසාරිස්වරයා දැනුවත් කිරීමෙන් අපිට පුළුවන් ඒව නවත්තන්නේ ඕනම ක්‍රියාවක්. Then since education is compulsory in Sri Lanka, every child under the age of 14 should attend the school. Children, it is compulsory. ඒක අනිවාර්යයි. මොකද්ද? Children under the age of 14 definitely should attend the school, right? It's a compulsory thing. It is known as compulsory education. Then children are employed mainly due to economic problems in families. මොකද දැන් වෙලාවකට ළමයි මෙන්න මේ එක හේතු නිසා රැකියා කරන්න පෙළඹෙන්න පුළුවන්. Due to economic problems in families. පවුල් වල තියෙන ආර්ථික ප්‍රශ්න නිසා. Helplessness of children. එක්ක ළමයි අසරණ වෙනවා. Ignorance of parents. එක්ක දෙමාපියෝ සලකන්නේ අසලකා හරිනවා. Influences of some people. යම් පුද්ගලයන්ගේ බලපෑම් නිසා. And traditional occupations. සහ සාම්ප්‍රදායික කර්මාන්ත නිසා. Like, for example, clay, pottery, okay, කුඹල් කර්මාන්තය, and cinnamon industry, පුරුදු කර්මාන්ත, වේය කර්මාන්ත, you know, there's so many ගොඩක් තියෙනවා නේ කර්මාන්ත. Preparing masks, vespoon කර්මාන්ත. Okay, and the influence of some people. පුතේ දැන් in Colombo area there are some people like this. මේ මනුස්සයත් ඉන්නවා දැන් ඔය beggars යාචකයෝ වගේ ළමයි ටික දානවා මේ පාරට දානවා. එතකොට ළමයි ටික සල්ලි හොයාගෙන ඉන්නවා. දැන් හවුස් එකට ගෙලින්ම මේ මිනිස්සු සල්ලි ටික ගන්නවා. ළමයිට පොඩි සොච්චමක් දෙනවා. මිනිස්සයා සල්ලි කරන් ගන්නවා. එහෙනම් වැඩ තියෙනවා. And drug dealing, drug dealing කරන අතරම drug trafficking. මේගොල්ලෝ මේ මත්ද්‍රව්‍ය අරගෙන යන්නත් ළමයි යොදා ගන්නවා. ඇයි ඒක අහු වෙන්නේ වැඩි? Then right. පුතේ රාජ්‍යස්නෝ ගියා ගමු නම. What are the reasons? What are the reasons for children to engage in occupations? In schooling age. Schooling age. The question mark there in schooling age. What are the reasons for children to engage in occupations in schooling age? Right. Let's put in the answers. I'll mark the input Anna. Just try to mark the Adam. Economic problems in families. Helplessness of children. Ignorance of parents. Influence of some people. Traditional occupations. Right. I think time is enough for this one. Right. Okay, next part, impacts of employing children as laborers. Okay, impacts of employing children as laborers. Okay, මේ ශ්‍රමිකයෝ විදිහට මෙන්න මේ දරුවන්ව යොදාගත්තොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? What will happen? Right? Falling ill as physical and mentally strengthened weakened. පුතේ ළමයාගේ මේ පුංචි දරුවගේ කායික මානසික ශක්තිය හීන වෙලා දරුවා අසනීප වෙන්න පුළුවන්. That's a story. කතාවක් තිබ්බ. ඒ කියන්නේ කතාවක් කියන්නේ this is a real story. ඇත්ත කතාවක්. ඔන්න හාමුදුරුවෝ මතක නැහැ මේවා බඩකට ගෑවුවේ මේ කොළඹ පැත්තේ වෙච්ච සිද්ධියක්. මේ පුංචි ළමයෙක් can his father sold this small child to gain money. Actually, he's a drunkard. තාත්තා බේබද්දේ. ඉතින් කියන්නේ දවස ගණන් මිනිස්සෙක්. ඉතින් මේ වෙනම විකුණනවා. To a rich family in Colombo area, and they use this small child as a servant in home. Then the wife of the owner of that house treat actually mischievously that boy today. They are a product by Catherine Salagaladi. Now, Then one day I think always he had to face harassments from that lady of the house. Okay. Then and one day I think he broke some plates or something like that in the house. Actually, not intentionally, accidentally. He broke some plates or something like that. Then the house lady beat that boy and pour. I think as I remember, she poured boiling water into his body. මේ පුංචි ළමයාගේ පිටං හරිනට අතෑරලා ඉතින් ඒ ළමයා ඇඟට වක් කරලා තියෙනවා ගහලා වක් කරලා තියෙනවා මේ මොතර එනවා හරිය. හැම පිච්චිලා. Then and that house lady locked him on a room after that. Then after a few days there's a bad discipline due to that scars and the wounds in the due to the wounds in the body of that boy. අර තුවාල ගන්න තියෙන අර හැම පිච්චිලා ගඳ ගහනකොට ගෙදර තියාගෙන බැරි හින්දා ගෙදරින් පන්නලා මෙලා මෙයා දාලා එළියට. පස්සේ රේල් කරනකොට උදේ කෝච්චිය හැක්කලා මැරෙනවා මෙලා මෙයා. ඒ යාගේ ස්ටෝරි කතාව කිව්වේ. කතන්දරේ. එහෙමත් ill-fated තැන් තියෙනවා අපේ. ඒ තරම් දුක්ඛ තැනුත් තියෙනවා ඉතින්. So you have think about yourself. එහෙනම් කොච්චර වාසනාවන්තද කියලා. There are some suffering lives like that. ලෝකේ තියෙනවා ඒ වගේ දුක් විඳින ජීවිතත් තියෙනවා අපේ. තේරෙනවනේ? Right. Then another impact to the exploitation of labor. Shromiya Surakana again. අතිකෝ වැඩගත් ළමයි subject to abuse අපයෝජනට යොදා ගන්න. Fourth one, losing opportunities for learning. ඉගෙන ගන්න තියෙන අවස්ථා නැති වෙනවා ළමෙක්ට. Losing the pleasant childhood ළමයිගේ ළමාවිය ලස්සන ළමාවිය නැති වෙනවා. Engaging in anti-social activities. සමාජ විරෝධී ක්‍රියාකාරකම් වල ඉඩ වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Then addiction to intoxicating drugs to I told you earlier also. Most of the children use them for drug trafficking likewise. Okay, then substitute harassments. They will punish them. They are still small children, right? Then getting mental, physical disorders. So these are some negative impacts of employing children as laborers. ශ්‍රමිකයන් වශයෙන් මේ ළමයි යොදාගත්තාම කියන බලපෑම් ටිකක් මේ තියෙන්නේ, right? Then let's try to make it. Right, this time I can write down some impacts. Some impacts of employing children as laborers. So at least write 4 or 5 of them. There are many more of the pain and this set in page number 65 also you can have some of them. At least write 4 or 5 out of them and just practice them. Right. Next one, children. Social responsibility on child labor. Lama Shramesam Samaji working. Right? Treating all children as our own children. That means directing them to a school for compulsory education. That means අනිවාර්ය අධ්‍යාපනය සඳහා ළමුන්ව පාසල් කරා යොමු කරන්න ඕන. Third one, not employing children for narrow expectations. That means පටු අපේක්ෂා වෙනුවෙන් දරුවෝ යොදා ගන්න එපා කියලා කියනවා. Next one, making the relevant institution aware of child labor. ළමා ශ්‍රමය සම්බන්ධයෙන් මේ about exploitation of child labor, you can inform the relevant authorities today. අදාළ බලධාරීන් දැනුවත් කරන්න පුළුවන්, like child right protection officer in your area නේද? එහෙම කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවනේ. So you can through such people you can inform the relevant authorities, right? Okay, next one. Adults not depending on children. වැඩිහිටියෝ ළමුන් මත යැපෙන්න එපා කියලා කියනවා. Right. So these are some social responsibilities on child labor. ළමා ශ්‍රමය සම්බන්ධ සමාජීය වගකීම් තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. Right. Then ප්‍රේසාමා කැමති සම්බුදේ ගමු. The social responsibility on child labor. At least 5 of them. Do not forget ගමු. Right. At least write 3 of them. Right, next part, the retirement of servants, right? Civic in GMA with Shamayama, right? Then, right, retirement of servants, Civic in GMA with Shamayama. Then, I think on next day we can talk about the rest part. Okay, in the Sinatra Pitaka. Right. Actually, in this year, I think within few weeks, right? Something actually, right? Within few weeks, we can finish the lesson here. We have to keep at second term syllabus again. I think it may take 1 month. Then we can finish the second term syllabus, right? Thereafter, we can have more times. We have like freely we can answer papers and first term. Okay. Then you can evaluate your exact marks in second term, right? Then I asked you to write, put your marks into the group of 2B personally, right? All part of the marks here, but me first term marks right. That's good. Then you can motivate to achieve such marks in the next term. Right? Okay. Then we have much time to do papers in second term, right? Second term. That's why I do these lessons quickly. Papers. Right? Okay. Then children, let's move to geography. Geography now. Children, previously, still we are talking about this lesson, the landscape of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, Bhudarshana, right? Previously, we talked about the landscape of the Hilary right? Then, in that one also, we talk about the physical landscape, the human landscape of Hilly region, right? Okay, then, after that, we talk about the landscape of the dry zone. Really again. Right. And also we talk about the areas where we can find out the dry zone landscape in Sri Lanka, and also what are the physical features available in this landscape, in the dry zone landscape, and what are the human features or the human activities adapted to these kinds of landscapes. Then still we are talking about this one. Sorry. And after we talk about the wet zone, it was wet zone. Then we talk about the wet zone, right? Uh, then we start talking about the wet zone. In wet zone also we talk about where we can find out that wet zone landscape. You know that in southwestern Lanka, Nidhi western area of Sri Lanka, and the and in the uh, western slopes of Central Hills, we can find out its own landscape, right? Right, then we talk about the physical features in wet zone. Physical, like these things are the ridges, rivers flowing throughout the year, marshland with vegetation cover, with specific biodiversity likewise. Okay, then we talk about the human landscape also, the industries, what are the, we talk about the dimension of this area, Sajivi Bhava ගැන අපි කතා කරා මේ area එකේ තියෙන. And we talk about the free trade zones and industrial colonies. Yeah, අපි ඔක්කොම කතා කරා. Then today we are talking about the rest part of this lesson. එතන ඉතුරු කොටස අපි කතා කරනවා අපිට. හරිද? Still we are talking about the human landscape of wet zone. අපි තාම ඉන්නේ wet zone landscape එකේ මේ human features වල, right? Then uh, the capital of Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka, and the commercial capital, Colombo, are located in wet zone. Both of these capitals are located in Colombo, in wet zone, right? Think about the administrative capital. Administrative capital means Paripalana Naganagare. What is that? Jalandhara. Then the commercial capital means Vanijaganagare. That is Colombo, right? Both of them are located in wet zone. Then next one. Existence of regions which were subjected to mass movement due to clay mining, unlimited gem mining, deforestation, development activities that damage the environment is also a special feature, right? Then, Putala, you know that when we talk about wet zone today, we can find out some harmful human activities that affected the administrative capital and commercial capital are located in wet zone landscape. Are located in wet zone landscape. The administrative capital and the commercial capital are located in the wet zone landscape. Right, next one. Next point. Right, then existence of regions which were subject to mass movement due to clay mining. Okay, actually, these are some examples for the improper human activities that affected the wet zone landscape, like clay mining, unlimited gem mining, අසීමාන්තිකව mining කරනවා, in rivers especially, and in some land areas also. Deforestation, වන විනාශය, clearing of forest. Okay, then development activities that damage the environment. මෙන්න මේ පරිසරයට හානි කරන සම්බන්ධන ව්‍යාපෘති. Right, like by this one, okay. After reclaiming the lowlands, okay, මේ පහත්ින් ගොඩ කරලා people tend to build up new construction sites, okay. ගොඩක් වෙයි constructions කරනවා පහත්ින් ගොඩ කරලා. Then in rain season there's no space to flow water, right? වතුර යන්න තරම් ගලන්න තරම් නෑ අතරම. Then what will happen? Water accumulate in urban areas and flooding occurs. ගම් වතුර බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. When children, these are some improper human activities that caused harms for the wet zone landscape. Then what is some of this one? Some improper human activities that cause damages to wet zone landscape. Let's write them down. Words को तो आना है, बाहर लिया तो. Right. Okay, let's go to the answers today. Yeah, උත්තර වලට. Clay mining, unlimited gem mining, deforestation, development activities that damage the environment. Right. For human activities, what happened to the environment? දැන් මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ පරිසරයට මේ මිනිස් ක්‍රියාකාරකම් නිසා පුතේ? අනුකට කියන බලන්න. Due to this, the problems like earth slips and මෙති වෙලා තියෙනවා. Drying of underground water springs. භූගත ජල උල්පස් ඉදී යන්න පටන් අරගෙන තියෙනවා. Sinking of buildings ගොඩනැගිලි ගිලා වහිනවා. Breeding of mosquitoes මගුලුවන් සහ පුතේ මැස්සෝ නේද? Breeding of mosquitoes and domestic flies. මැස්සෝ සහ මදුරුව බෝවෙන්න පටන් ගන්න තියෙනවා. Right? Okay. Then let's try them with me මාතක ලියාගමු මේකත්. පුතේ just practice මේක පාඩම් කරන්න ඕනේ. Some negative outcomes of improper human activities. Some negative outcomes of improper human activities in wet zone. Wet zone. Right. Earthscapes, drying of underground water springs, sinking of buildings, breeding of mosquitoes and domestic flies. They are the answers. Right. So then that's the end of the wet zone landscape. ඔන්න ඔතනින් එතකොට wet zone landscape අවසන් වෙනවා. Right? Then the next landscape associated with the Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands. පුතේ. යාපනයේ අර්ධද්වීපයේ සහ ඒ ආශ්‍රිත දූපත්. Right. Then all of you look up පුතේ මාතෘකාව ලියන්න ඕම. Landscape associated with the Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands. Right? The next topic, මාතෘකාව ලියාගමු. It's a main topic. ප්‍රධාන මාතෘකාවක්. It's a main topic. Right. Next for children. Landscape associated with the Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands. Jaffna Peninsula and islands like Delft, Thais, Nainathiu, close to it are located in the northern region of Sri Lanka. Okay, මෙන්න මේ කියන Delft, Kite, උදේ Nainathiu, Nainathiu මෙනාව දීපේ, right? තව තියෙනවා පුංකඩතිව්, මණ්ඩතිව්, කච්චතිව්, right? There are some islands located near Jaffna Peninsula, right? එතකොට මේ යාපනයේ අන්තර්ද්වීපය සහ ඒ ආශ්‍රිත දූපල්. So, hey, peninsula කියන්නේ what is the reason? Okay, from three sides it is covered with water. Only from one side it enters the mainland, right? එක පැත්තකින් විතරයි ප්‍රධාන භූමියට විවෘත වෙලා තියෙන්නේ from a narrow stretch. From all the other areas it is covered by water. That is why we call it as a peninsula. When we talk about the islands, put them islands can be Delft දුපත. Have you ever been to Delft island පුතේ? මම දෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ සමහර අපේ යාළුවෝ ගිහලා සමහරට Delft kites. වැඩක් කරලා නායිද ගිහලා ඉතින් නාගදීපේ. I spent one night in Delft. අපි මොකක්ද ගියා Delft ගිහලා. One of my friends is in the Navy can actually. There's a Navy camp here. මම ඔෆිස් එකේ කෙනෙක් හිටියා මේ යාළුවෙක්. ඉතින් අපි කට්ටියම ගියා. ගිහින් ඒරවම දාලා. හරි. It's a nice. It's a coral reef. එක coral පරයක් පුතේ. තේරුණාද? Then Dutch actually and I think Portuguese also use that one. මම Portuguese වල ඉඳලා ගත්තමක් දැන් ඒක. කොහොමද Dutch ලන ගොඩක් කල් හිටියා. ඒ කියන්නේ ලන්දේසි, right? Portuguese and Portuguese Dutch ලගේ. There are so many ruins of their buildings and there are so many things here, right? Okay, there's a lighthouse also, lighthouse there's a fortress Balagod, and there are so many horses in there. And there's but they are not well the horses are facing a lack of food in that region. We are the camp South Then there are some churches here. Covils are there. We can find out whale cart whale anchor පටු ගහලා පියස් කරලා ගහගෙන යන එල්ලගෙන යන මිනිස්සු ඒවා තියෙනවා. Then and the biggest banyan trees in there the ලොකුම නුග ගහකුත් කියනවා නේද? We can find out the we can find out the main main trunk there, right? Pradana Kala Hoyagan there, on Hanuman's foot in there, and there's a grove in coral reef, or Vardhane, would be Vardhane Coral, and Hindu devotees are actually devotedly treating that one because their silence is a coral reef. That's why it is growing above the ground, right? Then there's so many things like that. And we can go safari. Okay, we can go journey around the island. There are some nice beaches also. And it contains shallow waters. Right? November, ten balagan. No, listen to that. And Nainadyup, the Nagadi, there's a last beautiful story about Nainadyup. Nasara Hatavatira Nagadi, and there are heights. Other than that, there are Punkurutiu, Mandatiu, Kachatiu. I think somewhat familiar with Kachatiu. One of the Tamil actors, actually the former actors, then I retired on a Talapatiji, I Ilani, the Rupata, Kachatiu. He's seeking the ownership of Kachatiu Island. It belongs to Sri Lanka, Lanka, that India, India, and Canada. Dapo India, Tamil Nadu, England. In the Kala Right, they are seeking the ownership of that island, Kachatiu. Right. Then next part. Not there. When the around the election days of South Indian people, actually in South India, they are talking much about that island. Right. To provoke the people and to get some more hearts of the people, right? That's why. Then Sudhara, right. Let's look at the striking physical features that can be seen in the physical landscape of Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands. In Amti Balmo, happy about the collection. Flatlands, Samdala Bimpadesh Balagan Pulva, Tendala Lagoons are there, especially Jaffna Lagoon, Yapanekal Pori Kalapino. Islands, Lubantino. Sand sheets, very rich red soil, saru, ratu pasaktino, limestone soil, punugal mishra pasaktina. So in these types of soil and soil conditions, some kind of vegetables and fruits grow abundantly, grow easily in these types of soil. Underground water, Bhugad Jale, is striking feature of the landscape associated with the Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands. These are some striking features of Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands. Today, all of you are this subtopic on Machula and under that the main topic, right? Pradan Machula at the Maliagan theme. Right, then it's a small subtopic, Kunchal Machula, physical landscape. Under the main topic, Pradan Machula and physical landscape, Bautika Budashani. Then at this one. Some striking physical features that can be seen in Jaffna region. So striking physical features seen in Jaffna region. So let's try the physical features that can be seen in Jaffna region. Right. Let's look at them. You can find out these things when we have flatlands, lagoons, islands, sand sheet, with red soil, limestone soil, underground water. Right. Next one, okay. Let's go to the next page, page 38. This region does not receive rainfall from the main types of rain. පුතේ මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ මේ ප්‍රදේශයට ප්‍රධාන ආකාරයේ වැසි ආකාරවලින් වැසි ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. Once we went to there, පුතේ අපි ගිය පාර දැන් අතරම once we went to there, actually we asked about the rainfall from them, right? And they told us that only few days for a year they can experience rainfall, especially the Gulf Island, right? But mainland received somewhat more than that. Okay, they are ready. Right? Then from cyclones like things they can receive especially rain. Okay. Then think about the monsoons, northeastern monsoon, southwestern monsoon. Actually, only some parts of that area receive rain through northeastern monsoon. I think that means during that period we can experience cyclones also. For the cyclones, they got sucked even on the way. Then hence physical landscape as well as human landscape are built on factors like low rainfall. But people are adapted to these types of environments, right? These types of climatic conditions are prevail in that area. Then make low rainfall, adu varshapatane, high temperature, adhika ushnataya, high evaporation, adhika vashpibhavanaya, high evaporation rate, right? Then adapting to these factors, Pudana, we can find out special human landscape too in that region and the physical landscape too adapted to these factors. ඒ ඔක්කොම අනුගත වෙලා තියෙන මෙන්න මේ physical landscape එක human landscape එක according to these factors පුතේ මෙන්න මේ සාධක අනුව තමයි හැඩ ගැහිලා තියෙන්නේ, right? And think about the vegetation පුතේ අපි වනවැස්ම ගමුකෝ. They are also adapted to these factors. වනවැස්ම පවා මේ ඔක්කොම හැඩ ගැහිලා තියෙන මෙන්න මේ ලක්ෂණ අනුව, right? Next star mark today. The physical and human landscape. The physical and human landscapes are adapted based on the following factors. Based on the following factors. Based on the following factors. Right. Okay, let's look at the factors to the Balamina Sadhu, right? Then this one. These are the factors to the low rainfall, high temperature, high evaporation rate. Okay. Right. Next part. Yamulan pada serupute. Next point. Where developed agro-land utilization using sweep wells from the past and pumping of water at present is the main feature in the human landscape. But the previous, actually the inhabitants of that area, previous inhabitants, they used to fulfill their water requirements through the water obtained from sweep wells, right? ආණ්ඩියාලින් sweep wells එකකින් අපිනේ ආණ්ඩියාලින් වලින් තමයි ජලය අරගෙන යාලගේ වැඩ කටයුතු කරගත්තේ. Therefore, their domestic activities and for their agricultural purposes likewise, okay? But nowadays, they are using water pumping machines to pump water for their cultivations and for their domestic activities. So, we can find out, actually, we can see pumping of water at present is the main feature in the human landscape, right? Okay, then Pradana, it's important Let's mark at this one. Well developed agro-land utilization using seed wells from the past. අතීතයේ ඉඳලා මෙන්න මේ හොඳ කෘෂිකාර්මික භූමි භාවිතයක් තිබ්බා. Previously they used the seed wells to obtain water, but at present they are using water pumping machines to obtain water from the wells. Okay. Right. Okay, next one today. Yeah, vegetables like potatoes. What are the vegetables that grown here? We can find out potatoes here. Chilies, red chilies. Red onion, the small one. Red onions, beetroot. And there are some examples for vegetables, right? Then and fruits like grapes. It is famous for cultivation of grapes. Wines, drinks, using grapes, right? Mango. Banana also. Then are grown in farms maintained with groundwater. Underground water. Right? Then it is a special feature of this area. So we write this one of area. The crops grown in here, right? Vegetables like potatoes, chilies, red onions, beetroot, and fruits like grapes, mangoes, and bananas are grown in farms maintained with groundwater. Under the tower. Okay, may multiple jalentamai. Let's mention these vegetables and fruits grown in that area, right? I think time is enough for this one. I think here. Right. Next sentence. Next point today. Right. Coastal fishing industry. That means the very last during our months, you know, right? Coastal fishing industry, handicraft industry. That means Attam Karmante. Like making some ornaments for the right? By using the fronts of Palmyra, then we Palmyra, Tal Atuanamana, Polaragina. They are weaving something, some different types of things, some beautiful, they are making beautiful creations using the and handicraft industry, and producing salt. Okay, these kinds of industries are carried out by using the resources in the region. ඒ ප්‍රදේශයේම පුතේ හොයාගන්න තියෙන දේවල් ගන්න. ඒව කරන්න. By using the resources in the region are characteristic of the human landscape. ආනක පුදර්ශනයේ ලක්ෂණ මේවා. Right? මොකක්ද? මෙන්න මේ they are actually they are conducting these types of industries by using the resources available in that area. Right? Okay. Then පුතා right this part අපි ලියාගමු. අපි ලියාගමු. Right. Let's try the ලියාගමු. Okay. Some industries that are carried out by using the resources available in the Jaffna region. Right. Some industries that are carried out by using the resources available in the Jaffna region. Okay, these are the industries. Coastal fishing industry, handicraft industry, producing salt. Produce in salt. Right, next point today. Abundance of palmyra palm and using them for day-to-day activities. Children, have you ever seen this one? When you if you have gone to that area, okay, you know about this one, okay? So still some of the small houses are attached with palmyra fronts to there. Palmyra fronts means tal atulin civili karo. Attached karna kya civili karna. Some of the houses are attached with palmyra fronts, okay? Can be already seen in that area. And in the previous times, they abundantly used palmyra fronts for touching the roofs, right? And also they use palmyra fronts to cover their fences too. එලගේ වැටවල්ලින්ම පුතේ ලස්සනට ආවරණය කරගන්නත් මේ තල්ලතු ගහනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ. Right? The important thing is in Delphi Island they are not using any kind of fences made out of cement or something like that or palmyra fronts even, right? ඒවත් ඉදාගන්නේ නැහැ. But they are using some kind of thing to build up their fences or walls. එලයි තාප් හදාගන්නේ කොහොමද? එයාලගේ වැටවල් හදාගත්තේ කොහොමද මේ ඩෙල්ෆ් අයිලන්ඩ් එකේ මිනිස්සුયો? පුතේ you know that coral පර අපි දන්නවනේ coral reef කියලා අපි කියන්නේ they are made up of calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate තමයි එතන තියෙනකොට ඔය හුණුගල් කර්මාන්ත ඉස්සර limestone industry එක ගත්තා මොනවද? මේ මුහුදේ තියෙන coral පර කඩලා ගත්තා. for limestone industry. But now it is prohibited. මේක තානක් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. So but some still they can find actually the parts of coral reefs in those areas. So by using them, they are making their fences or the walls, right? ඔය කලබර කුට්ටි යදාගෙන තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ තාප්ප වගේව හදන්නේ. තාප්ප වගේ කුට්ටි තියලා හදලා තියෙනවා. දැන් මේ හරියටම හැප්පුවොත් වැටෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. මොනවා ගොඩක් වෙලා බෑ. කාලයකදී හයි වෙලා වගේ තියෙනවා ඒක. Right? Some are using some are use them for building much some are using these things to build up walls with much strength, right? ගොඩක් ශක්තිමත් බවින් වැඩිව හදලා තියෙනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ by using these coral reefs පුතාලා they are using actually they are some attractive ගාස්ලෙකුත් තියෙනවා දෙනියම. They are not using palmyra fronts in that Delphi Island. එහෙනම් එච්චර දාගෙන නැහැ ඒගොල්ලෝ. But in the mainland we can find out fences and the roof thatched with palmyra fronts. So the mainland එකේ නම් බලන්න ප්‍රධාන භූමිය නම් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ නම් පොඩ්ඩක් mainland එකේ බලන්න පුළුවන්. Right, then next part. Right. Abundance of palmyra palm. තල්වගාව සුලභයි. Abundance of palmyra palm and using them for day-to-day activities is the main fit of this region. මේ එදිනදා ජීවිතේ වැඩවලට මේගොල්ලෝ යොදා ගන්නවා. මෙන්න මේ තල් නිෂ්පාදන තල් ගහ යොදා ගන්නවා. Right? Okay, first of all, I just want to begin with palmyra or abundance of palmyra. තල්ගා සුලභයි. And using them for day-to-day activities is the main feature of this region. සුලභව මේගොල්ලෝ යොදා ගන්නවා තල් ගහ යොදා වැඩවලට for different purposes. Right. Then next part होते हैं. Roofs thatched with palmyra fronds and fences covered with palmyra fronds. Food produce associated with the palmyra and good produce using palmyra palms are common here. නමුත් මේ තල්ලාශ්‍ර නිෂ්පාදන තල් වලින් හදන ආහාර පාන ඔයගේ පුතේ මේ තල් අතු වලින් සෙලි කරපු නිවාස බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. තල් අතුලින් වහපු වැඩවල බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Then these are right with me. මාත් ලියා ගන්න. This is Dharma about the human landscape. Roofs thatched with palmyra fronds. And fences covered with palmyra can be seen. Next part होते हैं. Look at the next part. Right. Oh, right. Next one. Food. Next point today. Food produce associated with the palmyra and good produce using palmyra palms are common here. නම් තල් ආශ්‍රිත නිෂ්පාදන සහ Right. Next one. Features like Hindu temples. Near Nallur Kovil, there's a favorite. Your favorite place is there, right? Langotina, like awesome. What is that? The Rio ice cream, Rio ice cream place. Then religious festivals, processions. Hindu religious festivals, and as well as devotees, Hindu are a part of this culture-based Hindu religion. Hindu agam padanam vecha the Sanskriti Lakshana, right? Then like this one also. What are the answers? Hindu temples, religious festivals, processions, and devotees. Some features. Some features. Some features of the culture based on Hinduism. Sorry. In Jaffna region. Some features of the culture based on Hinduism in Jaffna region. Hindu දහම මූලික කරගත් මෙන්න මේ යාපනි ප්‍රදේශ බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒ සංස්කෘතික ලක්ෂණ. Right. Then we can use the answers for them. Hindu temples, religious festivals, processions, devotees. Very good. Right. Next part. The coastal areas suitable for bathing and diving located around the mainland and in the coastal areas suitable for bathing and diving located around the mainland and island. mainland and island. Next one, Pute. Look at the next one. Eastern coast. Pute, negative velocity area. That means again this area. Eastern coast. Bird sanctuary at Chundikulam. Pute, Kulu Abe Bhumi, it's a bird paradise. Kulu Paradisya. Bird sanctuary, at Chundikulam and Nainathu, the Nagadeep, have made this region tourist zone. Because Sanchara and Kalabaya Power Path, that will happen. Let's emphasize the value of this one also. The eastern coast, bird sanctuary at Chundikulam, and Nainathu have made this region tourist zone. It possesses both a specific cultural identity and rich economy built by strong work. We can find out a specific cultural identity. Suvisheshi Sanskutika Ananta Balanaklametana. Rich economy. Saru Arthika, built by strong work. But Mahasila Optimus, regular my Mesa Artica, ethics are the, and great effort. The Mahasila Gana in Su, you remember, right? Then look at the map. Here, I will give you a clear map about this one. On the map backward. This area belongs to Jaffna Peninsula and surrounding islands, right? Then on next day, we will talk about the coastal belt, right? So, we will talk about the coastal belt. Yeah. Then, after that, we can move towards the new lesson. That's on next day, we can read the lesson. Then we can talk about the natural disasters and hazards. So, we can do that. Right. Then today, we can move towards the health part of the health for the take out your books and get ready for the next. Right, but then last day we stop here. That will be part of the Then the new lesson, Alutpad me March Kavaliya. Let us train for athletics, right? Let us train for athletics. Malla Krida. Let us train for athletics. Let us straight for athletics. Right, next part for today. In everyday life, you engage in natural exercises such as walking, running, jumping, and throwing. අපේ ඉදරන් ජීවිතේ ඔයා ස්වභාවික ක්‍රියාකාරකම් කරනවා මේ ඇවිදීම, දිවීම, පැනීම, විසිකිරීම වගේ දේවල්. These activities have been adapted into forms of events for entertainment. රස විඳින ක්‍රීඩා බවට පත් කරලා තියෙනවා. Right? By engaging in athletic events, you can have a healthy and active life. මොකද මේ මල්ල ක්‍රීඩා කරොත් අපිට පුළුවන් වෙනවා අපේ සෞඛ්‍යමත් සංස්කෘතික ජීවිතයක් ගත කරන්න. For example, the walking kind of is a natural activity. Everything කියන සාමාන්‍ය ස්වභාවික දෙයක් නේ. And we can find out a event in Olympics called race walking. Race walking කියලා event එකක් තියෙනවා athletics වල. And think about that. Think about jumping. ඔගේ පැනීම ගන්නකො. There are horizontal jumps and vertical jumps, and like long jumps, high jumps, triple jump, pole vault, okay? And also running. So many running events are there. Dance of what's the and throwing discus, throwing butt shot, and throwing javelin. Throwing events, right? Then in great, all these games and activities are based on the natural activities like these things. Okay, මේ වගේ ස්වභාවික ක්‍රියාකාරකම් පදනම් කරලා තමයි ඔය ක්‍රීඩාව කොහොම බිහි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Then next one. In grade 6, you had a few activities on walking, running, jumping, and throwing. All තිබුණේ ඇවිදීම, දිවීම, විසිකිරීම, පැනීම ගැන තිබ්බා. You have also learned the correct way of walking. අපි කතා කරා මේ නිවැරදිව කොහොමද ඇවිදින්නේ, running දුවන්නේ, jumping පයින්නේ, and throwing විසිකරන්න කොහොමද කියලා. And how to improve skills in sport through formal training. විධිමත් ලෙස කොහොමද මෙන්න මේ ක්‍රීඩා කුසලතා වර්ධනය කරන්න කියලා කතා කරා. In this lesson you will learn more about running, jumping and throwing. මේ පාඩමේ කතා කරනවා දිවීම, පැනීම, විසිකිරීම ගැන. Then running. Next subtopic අනුමානිකව running කියලා. Running. Next subtopic running. දිවීම. Next subtopic running. Right. Then running, okay. Then running takes place in ordinary life and in different sports at different levels of speed. පුතේ දිවීම කියන දේ අපි එක මට්ටම් වලින් එක ජීවිතයක අවස්ථාවල අපි කරනවානේ. Right? Hey, think about some instance where you run. දැන් මතක් කරනවා දුවන අවස්ථා ටික. Some instance where you run. ඔයා දුවන අවස්ථා ටිකක් මතක් කරන්නකෝ. when a dog chase after you. ඔයා වාසේ බල්ලෙක් පන්නනවා. You have to run. You want to run to catch the bus. බස් එක අල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. In sport activities, ක්‍රීඩාකාරකම් වල දුවන්න වෙනවා. There are some examples, right? There were some questions like this. We have Russian now the exam එකේ. මොනවාද? Some instances where we run in real life. These answers are correct. ඒ උත්තර හරියා. මේක ගන්නයි. Then right. According to each event, the degree of bending. Let's look at running takes place in ordinary life and in different sports at different levels of speed. It's okay now, we got it. In athletics, running events can be classified according to the distance as long distance running events, middle distance running events, and short distance running events. මල්ල ක්‍රීඩාවල අපි මෙන්න මේ ධාවනයේ සහ ආකාර තුනකට බෙදෙනවා. වඩාද short distance running events like 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meters, and 100 for relay, right? 200 for relay, 400 for relay, and 100-meter hurdles, 110-meter hurdles. Hurdles can there are some examples for short distance running events up to 400 meters, right? Meter RC දක්වා තියෙන නිසා ඔක්කොම short distance, right? RC දුරයි නෑ එහෙම නෑ. හරි 400 meters belong to short distance running events. Then 800 meters and 1500 meters belong to middle distance running events or medium distance running events, right? And running events like 5,000 meters, 10,000 meters, marathon events belong to long distance running events. Clear to think? And in grade 8, you can learn about these things, okay? Then, right. According to the each event, the degree of bending. Okay, the event එක අනුව think about the short distance running event. දැන් අපි ගමුකෝ short distance running event එක. The degree of bending. අපි නැමෙන ප්‍රමාණය කොහොමද? සාමාන්‍ය track එකේ අර bend එක ගන්නකොට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අර bend එකකදී track එකක කෝණ එකක් ගන්නකොට සාමාන්‍ය bend එකක් ගන්නකොට අපි නැවෙන ප්‍රමාණය වැඩිද අඩුද? වැඩි. ඇයි? speed එක වැඩි. Then stretching එක ඇදෙන ප්‍රමාණයත් වැඩි. And raising of the legs is high. And change legs change, right? මේ කකුල් මාරුව අතුව මාරුව swing වෙන එක දෙකකින් වෙනවා. But think about long distance running events. They are maintaining a rhythm. They are not stretching much. They are not stretching their limbs much. Okay, ගාත්‍රා ඇතර එහෙම යවන්නේ නැහැ ඒගොල්ලෝ. They are saving energy. So they have to because they have to cover much distance. මොකද ලොකු ප්‍රමාණයක් cover කරන්න දිනවනේ. ඒ නිසා ඒක strength එක තියාගෙන store කරගෙන save කරගෙන rhythm එකකට දුනා ඒගොල්ලෝ. Clear? Then in short distance running, the movement of the legs will be fast, while in long distance running is slower. So they can do the movements ටික saving වෙන්නේ. Short distance running event එක යාගේ movements ඉක්මනට වෙනවා. Then all of you are this one with them ලියා ගන්න මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ. Some instances where we run in our day-to-day life. Write the answer with me. To catch a bus. When a dog chase after you. Passing in sports activities. පොඩි ටෙක්ස්ට් බුක් කරගෙන නමුත් ඔය එක්සෑම් එක යනවා. හරි. Then let's start with ලියා ගමු. Right. Next part today, sorry, next question, next point. We can classify running events according to the distance as short distance running events, medium or middle distance running events, then long distance running events. Right? Right, that one too. අපි එකක් ලියාගමු. Right. Then children, let's look at the difference between running and walking පුතේ. බලමු එහෙනම් දිවීමේ ඇවිදීමේ වෙනස. Right? This is an important මේ වාක්‍ය වල මෙහෙම ලියා ගන්න ඕනේ. මොකද්ද? Especially it is given in your exam. එක විතරම දෙනවා exam එක මොකද්ද? When you are running පුතේ, when you are running, right? While walking, when one foot touches the ground. ඔයා ඇවිදිනකොට එක කුලක් විතරම touch වෙනවා පොළවේ. Then you keep the next step. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක තමයි අනිත් එක තියන්නේ. But when you are running, at one point both feet are above the level of the ground. හැබැයි දුවනකොට පුතේ at a certain time period both the legs are up in the air. කකුල් දෙකම ගුවනින් ඉහළට ඇවිල්ලා තමයි තියෙන්නේ. තත්පර දශම ගණක වැඩක් මේක, right? Okay, that's the difference between walking and running. Clear? Okay.